In today's video, I'm going to show you how 3 major central banks are using the XRP automated market makers, which are on the XRP Ledger. And this is being done through the Innovation Hub, the BIS Innovation Hub. So this is called Project Mariana, and Project Mariana is just one project of approximately 43 projects that the BIS Innovation Hub has. So the BIS is the Bank for International Settlements. It's the central banks for all the central banks. They literally control the world, but I won't go in a deep dive on that right now. And this is just one of their projects, and I'm going to show you 100% proof that they are using the XRP Ledger. They're using the very, very innovative automated market makers. And again, this is the automated market makers on the public XRP Ledger. So this is a very, very big deal. The XRP AMM are extremely advanced, and I'm going to show you literally evidence that if these 3 central banks are using it with the BIS, it means that all of them are going to eventually use it. And we're going to look at some crazy stuff. I know I say that all the time, but I just got a lot of crazy stuff for you. So you really, really don't want to miss this one. So anyways, if you could please like and subscribe, guys, it means the world to me. It really helps my channel. And let's get into it. So I just want to show you the BIS Innovation Hub real quick here. BIS Innovation Hub, they've got ongoing projects, 25 ongoing projects. Most projects are regarding central bank digital currencies that they're building all over the world. So there's 25 ongoing, and there's 18 that are already concluded. So 43 projects that have been made public from the BIS. Again, this is a central banks for all of the central banks. So whatever technology 2 or 3 bank uses via the BIS Innovation Hub, all the other banks are technically going to follow because it's a hub, right? Like, people have to understand that the BIS is like a big web. All these central banks are connected to the BIS. So their policies, their technology, everything that they're using is technically, they're all going to use same technology to a certain degree. So it is very important for you to keep in mind. So right here on page 1, Project Mariana, this is the official document from the BIS publication. And Project Mariana, cross-border exchange of wholesale CBDCs using automated market makers. So just wholesale CBDCs using automated market makers. Second paragraph here. Project Mariana is a proof of concept. They always say proof of concept. Even though it's proven, they've tested it 100 times, they're always going to tell you it's a proof of concept to a certain degree. They're going to tell you it's conceptual. They're just testing it. They're seeing if it could work. I've been saying this over and over, guys. You need to understand that the central banks and these powers that be are never going to tell you where they're at. They're always about 10 steps before what they tell you. It's not like they're going to come and say, hey, we're using the XRP Ledger and we're going to settle, $20 trillion per day on the XRP Ledger, and the XRP Ledger is built on RippleNet. They're not going to do that. It's not how these guys operate. It's not how BlackRock operates. It's not like how the IMF operates. They do not operate like this. So Project Mariana is a proof of concept for a global interbank market for spot FX. So keep this in mind. This is a global interbank market for spot FX featuring both an AMM, automated market maker, and wholesale CBDCs, WCBDCs. W stands for wholesale, not wrapped. It stands for wholesale CBDCs. In the proof of concept, they're way ahead of that. Wholesale CBDCs circulate on a domestic platform. Domestic would be the wholesale CBDC for that country. So it's on its country, because the CBDCs are being built on the XRP Ledger. So it's native to its country, domestic platform, and so-called bridges. The bridge is the XRP Ledger. I'm going to show this. So-called bridges allow them to be moved on to a transnational network that hosts the AMM. Isn't that interesting? So this is a transnational network, XRP Ledger Ripple, which I'm going to show in a minute. This transnational network hosts a AMM. So the automated market maker happens to be on this transnational network. Let's go see what transnational network means. Relating to or in transnational, right here. Relating to or involving more than one nation or country, extending or operating across national boundaries. So anytime you hear the word transnational, it means it's not tied to one country. It's a network that's operating across nations, across multiple jurisdictions, multiple nations. And there was a document that surfaced many years ago, a document from the World Bank, where it was saying that XRP was a supranational currency. It showed how all the other currencies were national currencies and sovereign currency, but it named XRP as a supranational currency. Supranational currency, again, is the same thing as a transnational currency. So here, just to show you, I asked Grok3, is RippleNet a transnational network? Yes, RippleNet is a transnational network. It is a decentralized global payment network designed to facilitate fast, cost-effective, and secure cross-border transactions between financial institutions, payment providers, and banks across multiple countries. Obviously, you knew the answer, but I'm letting Grok give us the answer.
Hey, my friend, I hope you enjoyed the video. I just want to take a minute to show you the Apex crypto community. I'm going to start by getting my big hit out of the way here. So I'm going to disappear for a sec so that I can show you around. So in the community, we have live Q&A sessions twice per week for almost 2 hours. You just ask me questions back to back to back. It's all on video. It's really cool. And they're recorded so you can watch them later. I'll explain this in more detail in a minute. There's the discussion threads. So we drop all the alpha here, all my deep dive documents, anything I find that helps the community, and the whole community is just dropping stuff here. It's really cool. So you've got Ripple, QNT, Stellar, different discussion threads, and there's the courses. So I'll start by explaining the courses. So here under courses right here, these are all of my deep dives, whether new deep dives, older deep dives, exclusive deep dives. All of my content is all organized perfectly for you. All my new deep dives would be released here first. I always try to release them in the community before releasing them on YouTube. And then for this course here, there's many videos in here already right now. These are deep dive best moments. So these are short video series. So I'm taking all the best and most important moments of every deep dive. I'm condensing them and putting to a short video. So instead of a 40-minute, 30-minute video, you can watch all the best parts for maybe anywhere between 6 to 15 minutes. So these are all basically condensed alpha only short videos from my deep dives. So if you want to see proof that the unified ledger, shared ledger, regulated liability network, the regulated settlement network is all the XRP ledger, you would go under this course here. For example, these are 3 deep dives that I did here showing all of the proof. If you want to see evidence that the Federal Reserve is definitely working with Ripple and XRP, you would go under this course here. There's 2 deep dives here. So 2 videos, approximately over an hour for sure. These maybe 2 hours. If you want to see all the proof of the connections between the IMF and Ripple XRP, the true hidden history of XRP and how it's technically the new special drawing rights of the IMF, really, really deep stuff here. You would go under this course here. It's actually 4 deep dives. So 4 videos here that I've done. You want to see the connection where the World Bank talks about the XRP in detail, a framework, you would go here. Who really created Bitcoin? If you want to know the real story about Bitcoin, you would go here. If you want to see all the evidence that SWIFT, which is connected to over 10,000 banks, you really want to see how they're using XRP Ledger and how they're going to use XRP, you would look at these 3 deep dives here. You want to know anything about QNT right here. These are my 7 deep dives of QNT right here. You can't even put a price on that. I spent over 5,000 hours researching QNT, and I've spent over 9,000 hours researching XRP. So you want to understand Project Mbridge and see all the evidence that Project Mbridge is using the XRP Ledger. You would go here. There's 3 deep dives here. Project Mbridge became BRICS. So that's connected to all the BRICS nations. You want to understand the difference between Quant and XLR, it would be here. You want to see the real deep connection and relationship between Ripple and R3 and see all the proof that R3 is going to use the XRP Ledger. You would go here. Want to understand the difference between XRP and XDC in regards to R3 Corda. What is XDC's role and what is XRP's role? You would watch these deep dives that are in this course here. So 2 videos here. So here, the BIS Innovation Hub. So that's Project Mariana, Project Jura, all the projects under Bank for International Settlements. That's the BIS. I did 12 deep dive videos here covering 12 of them, all showing that they're all using the XRP Ledger. So technically, all my deep dives are all organized perfectly here. And then by the time you're watching this video, there's probably a lot more content that's been added, depending on when you're watching this video. I'm going to be also dropping all of my interviews with all the different content creators and amazing people that I have been privileged to be on the show. So for example, Paul Barron, I always do interviews with Paul Barron. This is going to be here, and other interviews as well. For those videos where I've been interviewed or was on a podcast with another content creator and they invited me, it'll be a link that brings you to their YouTube channel out of respect for them. So that'll be there. More and more courses are going to be added here because I'm recording new videos every day. So this is going to keep filling up. Again, depending on when you're watching this video, this was recorded at the very beginning. So there might be another 20 courses as we speak here. On the left-hand side here, you have many different tabs. So this is the Apex Live Q&A session. So every Monday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we do a live Q&A. This is like a Zoom call. So this is a video and you can ask me anything. So the community just asks me question after question after question. It's really cool. And everything is recorded and dropped in the community for you to watch it later. If you know you cannot make it, you just drop your question here under the live Q&A question section. Drop it right here, and I will do my best to answer it verbally on the live Q&A session. And then you can watch it later, because again, if you weren't able to attend, you can always watch or listen to the recording later. All of the recording from the very beginning since I started my community are all recorded and dropped here, so you can even watch the last 10, 20, 40 Q&A sessions if you want. It's all there in the community, so value just keeps accruing and accruing in the community. Here are the different threads. So here is where we discuss on a daily basis. The community drops alpha constantly. For example, I'm dropping many of my exclusive documents in here that I use for my deep dives. Everything's dropped here. You can't even imagine what you'll find here. And the community is also dropping different things. It can be videos, it can be documents, it can be anything, helping us to all grow and really gain some ridiculous advantage in this coming fourth industrial revolution. So that was Ripple XRP. This is the QNT. This is the thread for Stellar XLM. We've got HBAR, XDC, and we've got other utility tokens here. Any utility token that you believe is a really good token, you can drop it here. Here's the crypto news, macro and regulation. So anything that has to do with the macro environment, you can drop it here. You can ask questions, and the community or myself will try to answer you. I can't always get to the questions, obviously, because the community is growing so fast, but that's why I created the live Q&A question thread so that you could drop your questions and I will always answer them on the live. So that's the full community. That's what you get with the premium membership. It's only $49 right now. It's ridiculously cheap, and if you lock in at that price, it's guaranteed for life, and you get the 7-day free trial, so you can cancel anytime within 7 days and doesn't cost you anything at all. I don't know when I'll increase the price and how high, but this is really a low price. So if you want to have access to the full platform for 7 days with no obligation, 7-day free trial, check it out. The address is apexcryptocommunity.com. You should be able to find the link in the description or a pinned comment below. You can join us on the next live. The live Q&A video streams are every Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, so you can see us there in the next one. And if you like us, you can stay. If you don't like us, you don't have to stay, but you can just pitch questions at me and I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks again for watching my videos. Thank you for all your support, the likes and the comments on my videos. I really appreciate it. Wishing you a great day, great night, great evening, wherever you are, and God bless you so much. Thank you.